Oh, the algorithms are at it again, man. I have these ads popping up on my Instagram, and it's all these physical fitness related things, coaches and all those gyms and stuff, and they're targeted. So they're all like, "Hey, if you're 40 years old and unfit, this is for you." We are my favorite, or the one that really gets me is the one that goes, um, "Hey, you are." We are looking for people like you. It's like they're asking us to join the U.S. Army. Back in the day, that was the Uncle Sam wants you, and everyone, like everybody is just using that angle, and it annoys me. I mean, whoever did it first, good on you. It was a good, it was probably like a good call. But now, and then I get these ones right now, and it's all like we're looking for we're looking for people like you, 44 plus, unfit. They might as well just come out and say, like, we're looking for a bunch of old, middle-aged losers who are fat and have given up on life. We want to give you a little bit of hope and take away whatever money you've got left, and so we can do well with life. One of us is going to come out much better out of this situation. That's those are the ads I'm getting these days, and it annoys me because I get annoyed with this whole algorithm stuff and the fact that these ads just start popping, and then they all, it's the thing that bugs me about this one is that it's actually correct this time. That's what really annoys me, is that it's right. I need to lose weight, but I've not put up anything, not in the last few months or so. I don't think I've put up anything that is like that. Like, I haven't talked about losing weight. I haven't talked about going to the gym. I haven't talked about my age and stuff. I've talked about parenting instead in some of my recent videos, and yet somehow they've managed to figure this out. And that's where I go, either I'm hanging out too much with other people like me, which I don't think I am. I think I'm one of the more unfit guys in my group of friends, which is great. Now I feel worse. This is so annoying. So I get if I was hanging out, because I've heard different theories about this whole algorithm stuff. Some people kind of go, oh, it's because it's looking at the circle of friends you're with, the people you're hanging out with, the phones that are close by to each other, and it picks up that this group of people are looking at this type of content. So if my friend is looking at some gym stuff, let's throw some stuff out at Salman as well, right? But I don't think that's what's happening. No one around me is doing it. And then I kind of go, I'm not looking at it. How does it know? And it comes back to that whole theory that the phones are listening in, which obviously they are. Like, who are we kidding, right? They are. So I don't know why I'm talking about this like it's a shock or surprise. But it's just I wouldn't mind it so much, actually. It's the amount of following and bombardment they do with this that irks me. Like, it's like, hey, I just happened to look at a sad video. It doesn't mean my personality and my life is all about being sad, and they just send you this algorithm. It just sends you more and more videos of the same stuff then, and that's what makes it boring. They don't get it. That's what makes it super dull and boring. That's why I get off. I'm tired of watching. They think I'll watch more and more of the same content, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it is like, you will start following a trend and stuff. I'm sure the geniuses behind this whole algo stuff is they've got psychologists and doctors and whatnot who've done years of research on how to manipulate people and keep them hooked on. Same people from the marketing side, same people from brands and stuff. It's the same stuff going on. It's nothing new. They've been doing it to us for ages now, and they just overdo it on social media. That's what the problem is. Like, I'll just tell you, I'm just thinking about this. I read this book a long time ago. Can't remember the name. It was about branding and stuff and marketing or whatever. And part of it was about how they're working and they're using psychology to get to people to the point where these certain brands like cereals and stuff, they're targeting moms because they kind of realize that when you kind of eat something, when the mom eats something, there's a stronger chance the baby is going to have it too. And that stuff is crazy, yo, because, it's kind of your mom is influencing what you eat, and they're targeting you before you're born now. It was very interesting. There's some research around it. I gotta, if I remember the name of the book, I'll share it with you guys. But that's the amount of like targeting they're doing. And so I just kind of look at that stuff and I go, then come back to Instagram and I go, it's overdone because they're following me and they're sending me the same stuff. Like, it's like they know Instagram has decided I'm sad, and so it bombards me with like talking hippo cartoon telling me to hydrate or something like that. And I'm like, hey, it was a blip. And it scares me now, to the point where I'm like, shit, I'm careful about what video I'm watching, because I'm like, if I watch this, that's what they're going to send more of me, more of that kind of stuff to me. And so I look at it and I'm trying to like scroll through and think, do I want to spend 2-3 seconds on this? What's the topic? You're making quick snap decisions because you're worried about this stupid algo stuff that's going on. And and I wish they'd just stop this stuff, but that's my latest peeve with the Instagram and all the social media platforms. I can't get my head around that stuff, man. It's just, they flip it so much. They turn things that were fun into over commodity points that you just kind of go, look, can we just have some of the niceness back? And we're all hooked on it because they know they could just, it started with Facebook also. You remember Facebook's original thing, and then they made a change and everyone's like, oh, this is annoying and I don't like it this way. And then people just kind of said, oh, you'll get used to it. I remember my friends going, well, what choice do you have? And at that time I was like, I have a choice, I'll get off it. And then I didn't. And I kept going, and every time they made changes, I just kept going, I wish they hadn't done this now. I hate this new look. And it wasn't about being upset with change. It was just, it got harder and harder to be on it and enjoy the same kind of fun that I used to have and connect with friends and stuff. And it's all gone, It just makes you go, why am I on this stuff? And I know why I'm on it. I don't know why most people are on it, but I'm on it because I try to stay in touch with friends and family. It still helps a lot. It definitely is something you need for the kind of career and stuff. And everybody's been, man, that's also nuts, isn't it? It's like everyone is famous. Everyone is Michael Jackson now. You remember how popular Michael Jackson was? That, I don't know if you were old enough to remember that, but I was, right? I lived through his insane popularity to the point where he was like banned in the country I lived in. That was Saudi at that time, because the religious police force decided he's too much of a big influence. So they were scared of it, and that's why they just cut him off. And that kind of fame was special and cool, and he made money out of it. Here's my problem with it. I don't mind. I think, cool, everyone can be famous, and that's what they're doing now. They're making everybody famous, like Michael Jackson. You got millions of views and blah blah blah, but the money is not following through on it. That's what kind of bugs me about the whole thing. Like, these platforms don't care. They want everyone to be super rich, but you're not getting paid for it. You're not making money off it. You're as famous as Michael Jackson, but you're doing stuff for free. And so it's a funny sort of situation right now with this whole stuff. And then, yeah, it's just, I kind of, what I had a funny thought about though was I was thinking about how there's like an overkill of like therapy talk as well, like everybody just kind of rattles everything towards it because everyone's learned the phrases now. And that's another thing that it's kind of like, all right, I get it. You read a couple of books now, you watched a couple of videos. and everybody just seeps it into every single every single conversation. Everything is framed into that aspect. Like I could say I hate people who jog, and someone will go, "Hey, are you projecting?" And and I'm sitting there going, "No, maybe I'm just trying to be funny, and I'm not mean about most stuff. I listen, I do get it, but I also am just like, it's a therapy talk sentences that bug me a lot. Maybe I'm just trying to be funny. Maybe I just don't like people in Lulu-lemon. Lulu-lemon. Oh, that's another thing. This is something I've thought about. I just found out recently. All right, I found out that this brand that everybody wears these days is pronounced Lulu-lemon. I still don't believe. I checked on 2-3 websites to see, is this how you pronounce it, Lulu-lemon? Because this whole time I was pronouncing it as Lulu-lemon. Oh, honest to God, I thought it has to be pronounced like that because I saw the prices of their stuff, the jog pants and everything, and I'm like, something that expensive has to be pronounced in a fancy way. Like, you can't call it Lululemon. How is it working with Lululemon? Like, I don't believe it. I still am thinking, have I got the wrong info? But I checked 2-3 websites about this is how the name is pronounced. And it doesn't make sense. You can't be luxury. You can't charge that much with a name like Lululemon. It should be pronounced Lulu-lemon. All right, look, all these Chanel, like they charge $10,000 for their bags or something. I would pay that for Chanel. I would not pay that for Channel. If someone told me they're pronounced Channel, I would lose immediate respect for that bag. I would, for that brand. It just has to, like, Porsche. Porsche, as opposed to Porsche. I don't want to buy Porsche as a supercar. I want it to be pronounced nicely. Tiffany. Okay, Tiffany is just, it's like a stripper name, isn't it? That's an exception. All right, but all the brands that are, and maybe that's why Tiffany is having a problem now. I just can't get over this. I just think those prices mean you should be charging at least. It should be pronounced at least like Lulu-lemon. In fact, if you're watching this, I'd like everybody, all you guys out there, I want you to start pronouncing it as Lulu-lemon. That's how we're going to do it. We have to change this thing. It helps me when I bought one for my wife as a gift. And they are good quality. I'm not against the brand. I think their quality is actually really good. I just think at those prices, I'm gonna get my wife to start doing it too. She has much more reach than I do. I think and she's also a fashion illustrator. So I think if she goes around telling people, yeah, it's Lulu-lemon, you've got it wrong, I think it might catch on. So yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah, and I gotta talk about my last video. I put up something about Andy Byron. What's their Andy Byron and Christine Cabot. I'm telling you the other girl's name, the HR head of HR. I'm sure loads of people have done jokes about that already. But I put up a video about how crazy it is, how quickly people pounce on these things and it spread like wildfire. Like the guy hadn't even got home from the concert and his wife had already seen the video. That's how quick that should happen. So my video wasn't commenting on the situation. I'm not defending the guy. He's a complete tool, right? And he got caught cheating, so no mercy on him. But I just talked about how the internet is a bit nuts and how quickly we spread stuff and we haven't fact checked and stuff, because there was a lot of false info going around. We exposed the wife's social media, like she was, she had to go off the closer socials and stuff. Like no one's talking about how bad she must feel in the situation. And I put that up and people commented and all sorts of stuff and blah, but he's a this and that. And I'm like, I'm not talking about him if he was right or wrong. I'm talking about us and how it just seems a little bit crazy to me at this point. And and then someone on Threads, right? I went off Twitter a long time ago. I miss the old Twitter, but it doesn't exist anymore, does it? Not going on that app. I know none of the apps are owned by anybody decent at this point, but I don't know what it was about. So I on Threads, right? And someone commented about, well, what about the girl? No, why is it? Why is no one talking about the guy? And I didn't understand it at first, and I started arguing with the guy. Not arguing, I was just like, I don't know if it's a guy or girl, probably a guy. It sounded a bit like an incel, so I didn't really want to agree with him. But he was right about one thing. He mentioned Christine Cabot. With the amount of money she's making, she should be pronounced Cabot. Kristen Cabot, I don't know if that's how you pronounce that name, but she's also apparently married. She's divorced once, not a good track record, and she's married currently, and no one's talking about that stuff. Why not? Why was the focus only on the cheating guy, not the cheating woman? And I kind of went, yeah, you're right. I hadn't even thought about it. I don't know why the media hasn't covered it as much. Like, I had to look through a lot of links to find some info, and even then it's like one or two pieces that are talking about it. So I don't know. It never got chased down, and that, I know at the end of the day, she and the guy, the CEO, both have lost their jobs. But just made me think about why it played out the way it did, and that's just interesting to me that this happened, you know. But the cool thing about Threads that I do like, this started. In fact, I don't know if it's cool. It's kind of weird. Like, there's all these posts I started seeing about Superman, which I still haven't watched yet, and everybody's like, it's amazing, and I'm just totally jealous that I haven't had time to go and just watch a good movie in like years. I think I see all these movies come out. I'm like, I'm gonna watch that one in the cinema, and then it goes away and the hype is gone, and I just go, I'll wait for the next big movie, and that keeps happening. And anyway, Superman is out. I hope I'll catch it in the cinema. But the point was, on Threads, there's these posts that had like this blurriness to them. Yeah, like a Black Mirror kind of blurriness. So part of the text was readable, part of it just blurred out. And I thought something went wrong with my eyes, or the app's acting funny. And then it happened over and over. And then I realized they're doing that to potential spoilers. And then, because I then noticed it in other threads about other things, and I was like, oh, it was both like awesome and freaky, because it just, like I said, like, it just had this Black Mirror kind of feel to it, but at the same time appreciate it. But also, how big a deal was this whole spoiler thing that they had to create some sort of code to catch that? And if they can do that, why can't they do that with like potentially awful stuff that gets posted? Spoilers are more important than bad shit people are saying is quite a interesting point to think about, isn't it? It's a whole online game, man. Listen, this has been fantastic. That's me. I'm a dad, I'm a comic, and apparently very bad at all that stuff. That's why I get these ads. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and if you didn't, well, you know, the algorithm knows you're dead inside.